Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're in the middle of a reality TV whirlwind, where every friendly smile might be hiding something, and even the closest relationships could fall apart at any second. That's exactly what's happening right now on Love and Marriage, Huntsville. The reason? Martell Holt just broke his silence, and the fallout is turning the whole show upside down. If you've been watching the show for a while, you already know it's no stranger to drama. Secrets, arguments, and betrayals are part of the ride. But no one expected Martell to be the one stirring things up this time. Especially not after his own messy history, his highly publicized divorce from Melody, his cheating scandals, and the countless emotional roller coasters. Honestly, people saw him as a walking red flag. But here's where things take a surprising turn. Martell isn't the bad guy in this story. He's the one speaking out, and the people he's calling out? Marsau, Scott and Sunni. Yes, the same Marsau who's managed to dodge cheating rumors for seasons, and the same Sunni who's always kept her distance from drama and stayed under the radar until now. According to Martell, the two weren't just working together professionally. He claims something much deeper and messier was going on behind closed doors. And here's the thing, he says he has proof. Let's rewind a bit. For months, fans noticed something odd. Sunni, who used to be barely on screen, suddenly became more involved. She had more scenes, more opinions, and a strange new tension around her, especially whenever Marsau was around. Most viewers thought it was probably for the cameras. But some noticed more like the subtle eye contact, the quiet side conversations, and a vibe that just didn't feel right. Then, the rumors started. Sources claimed that Marsau's wife, Tisha, had picked up on the odd chemistry too. At a private gathering, away from the cameras, she reportedly confronted him. He denied everything, of course, saying it was all in her head. Still, the whispers grew louder. And then came the bombshell. Martell went public. People close to him said he had seen something with his own eyes, not rumors or gossip, but real evidence. At a private event, Martell claims he walked in on Marsau and Sunni in a moment that was far too intimate to be mistaken for anything innocent. He didn't describe what exactly he saw, but said it was enough to make him keep it to himself for weeks, hoping Marsau would be honest with Tisha. But that never happened. So Martell decided to tell the world. And when Martell speaks, he doesn't hold back. First came the cryptic Instagram stories, little hints, and shady captions. Then, the leaked group chat from the cast, where Martell directly called out Marsau and Sunni. He made it clear he wasn't covering for anyone anymore. That's when everything exploded online. Old videos resurfaced. Fans went back and analyzed every past interaction, every lingering glance, and every suspicious scene. Hashtags like Marsau exposed started trending. The internet turned into an investigation unit. Deleted posts, blurred screenshots, and all kinds of speculation poured in. Then Sunni finally responded with a tearful live video. But instead of calming things down, she made it worse. She didn't clearly deny anything. Instead, she spent most of the video attacking Martell's character, which only made people more suspicious. If she had nothing to hide, why not just say it? And just when people thought the situation couldn't get any messier, another woman entered the picture. Let's call her Melinda, not her real name. She wasn't some random fan looking for attention, she came with receipts. Screenshots, voice messages, dates, and even photos. According to her, she had been in a relationship with Marsau for over a year. This wasn't just business. It was personal and passionate. Melinda said it started with flirty messages and late-night chats. Then came hotel stays, expensive gifts, and secret promises. Marsau allegedly told her that he and Tisha were just business partners, not really a couple anymore. He said he was just waiting for the right time to leave. She believed him until she realized he was telling the same lies to Sunni. She shared screenshots of text messages, lines like "You calm me down like no one else," and "You're the only peace I have outside of that house." And then, she dropped the biggest piece of evidence, a grainy photo of a shirtless man who looked exactly like Marsau asleep in her bed. The chain around his neck matched one he wore on the show. Fans did side-by-side comparisons. It didn't look good. Suddenly, it wasn't just about Marsau and Sunni, it was about a pattern. A long trail of cheating, lying, and covering up. Melinda said she stayed quiet for months because she didn't want to be labeled a homewrecker. But after seeing Tisha blindsided, and Sunni denying everything, she couldn't keep quiet any longer. She wanted the truth to come out. The internet blew up. Comment sections were filled with shock, support, and sympathy for Tisha. Fans rewatched old episodes with new eyes. Scenes that once seemed harmless now felt loaded with hidden meaning. And through all this, Marsau stayed silent. He didn't do interviews or post much except for one tweet: "Clout is the loudest currency." It was vague and dismissive. And it didn't help his case. Then things got worse. A former production assistant anonymously told a gossip site that Marsau had a habit of flirting with women on set. Nothing blatantly scandalous, but enough to make people uncomfortable. If that's true, it means the show's producers might have looked the other way for a long time. All eyes turned to Tisha. When did she find out? How much did she know? And most of all, what would she do now? A source close to the cast said she found out just like the rest of us through Martell's leak and Melinda's live video. She was heartbroken. Not just by what Marsau allegedly did, but because he never told her the truth himself. She started asking questions about strange hotel charges, missed weekends, and sketchy phone behavior. He gave vague answers. Until she found something she couldn't ignore: a hotel room service receipt from Atlanta on a weekend Marsau claimed he was in Birmingham. That was the last straw. She confronted him at a group dinner on camera. Sunni walked in, and Tisha snapped. Her hands were shaking, but her voice was steady. "You sat at my table. You hugged my children. And all this time, you were texting my husband behind my back." Sunni froze. Everyone else went silent. It wasn't just drama anymore, it was real pain unfolding in front of the cameras. Tisha listed the dates, the missing calls, the energy shifts, everything. Producers had to step in and cut the cameras. But by then, the news had already hit fan pages, and clips started circulating. And then, finally, Tisha posted something. Just a black screen with white letters: "I'm choosing me this time." No long explanation. No interviews. But it said everything. Rumors spread that she had moved out, frozen joint accounts, and started talking to lawyers. Insiders even claimed she was reshuffling business responsibilities with Marsau to separate their finances. Meanwhile, Marsau kept denying everything. He said Martell was bitter, Melinda was lying, and Sunni was just a scapegoat. But fans noticed he looked tired. The charm was fading. People weren't buying the act anymore. Sunni disappeared from social media. No more comments, no more videos. And when she backed out of the reunion taping last minute, blaming mental health, fans weren't convinced. Then, another woman came forward with similar texts from Marsau. Romantic. Emotional. A familiar tone. One line hit hardest: "No one knows me like you do." That's when everyone realized this wasn't a mistake. It was a pattern. The network released a statement promising to investigate and protect the cast's well-being. But fans wanted more. They wanted action. Petitions popped up demanding accountability not just from Marsau, but from the show. Some viewers even threatened to stop watching unless changes were made. But through all the noise, one thing stood out. Tisha, who once seemed like just the loyal wife, was now standing strong on her own. She wasn't crying on camera. She wasn't making excuses. She was done. And that moment, that shift, made this more than a cheating scandal. It became a story about a woman finding her strength, choosing herself, and walking away with her head held high. Holding her family together, has now taken a bold step into her own power. And whether you agree with how it all came out or not, one thing is undeniable: she's no longer standing in anyone's shadow. What makes this story hit so hard is how real it feels. Many people watching this video know what it's like to trust someone completely, only to be blindsided by betrayal. They know the pain of loving someone who wasn't honest, of holding down a relationship that was one-sided. And they also know how hard it is to walk away when your heart is still tied up in the history. That's why Tisha's quiet strength is resonating so deeply with fans. Her silence wasn't weakness, it was clarity. Her final post, "I'm choosing me this time," wasn't just a caption. It was a declaration. As for Marsau, Sunni, and even Melinda, there are still questions, contradictions, and truths we may never get in full. But the pattern speaks louder than the excuses, and the internet isn't quick to forget. With multiple women, receipts, and behavior going back seasons, the pressure is on not just for the cast but for the show itself to address what's really going on behind the camera. And let's be clear, accountability matters. Whether it's real life or reality TV, the days of sweeping messy behavior under the rug for the sake of ratings are coming to an end. Viewers are paying attention, and they're demanding change. So what comes next? Will Tisha move forward without Marsau? Will the network finally take a stand? Will more stories come to light? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this story isn't just about broken relationships, it's about rebirth, resilience, and realizing your worth. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Tisha should take Marsau back? Do you believe Sunni's side of the story? And how do you feel about the way Martell exposed everything? Make sure to like this video if you want more deep dives like this one, subscribe for weekly updates, and hit the bell so you never miss the latest tea. Until next time, protect your peace, trust your gut, and remember, choosing yourself isn't selfish. It's survival.